Hello, hello. We are back. As we promised, we are here. True topics. We have Uncle Otis,
Hey
Lady
y'all.
Tiger. We have so much in store for you guys tonight. We have Pastor James Toots in the building from Atlanta, Georgia, from Shady Grove Baptist Church. We also have the most beautiful artist and songwriter, Nene Lioness Woods.
In the building,
In
in the
the
building.
building. Thank you both for being here with us tonight. Subject we're talking about is deep. Thank you both.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, we got to start
Yeah,
here.
we're gonna be talking about tonight, we're gonna be talking about, does it matter who make the most money in a relationship? Does it matter? And the thing of it is, to me, is that when you are a part of a unit consists of two individuals, right? I mean, individuals that's with each other, right? So if you are in a relationship, it shouldn't be mine and yours is mine. Now I understand now if your girlfriend and boyfriend, it might go that way, but when you husband and wife, that is totally different. Because I know how I was. Cause before I got married, a woman asked me for over $12. I don't call her back no more. I'm just saying I don't call her back. $12, you had me with $12, I ain't call you back no more.
Oh my my. Oh
That's
my.
two. Hey,
Yes,
I
sir.
want to hear your words on it, man. What do you feel about does it matter about who make the most in a relationship?
I let me give you my um me primarily. Me primarily has always been the one who leads and have the most of what's
You
going
sound, you
on.
sound.
Okay, give me 1 second.
You're good.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, me
could hear
yeah,
you
me
now.
primarily
Gotcha.
have always been the one that has been the go-getter in the family. But as a humbling experience over the last um 3 months, my wife has been the go-getter. And
Right,
to experience it firsthand showed me that we have to have a humbling experience, even when it comes to where you can't provide. And my wife have taken the leadership with full reins to help, bring the economics that we need to survive. And guess what? I've been so thankful. Like, Lord, thank you for having a wife that can provide, while I can't. You know what I'm saying? So, we learn how to take those experiences and to gravitate them into our life. That way we can understand that, it doesn't matter who makes the most money. Long as it's coming into the household and you can have an experience where you all both can primarily be, the givers into the household, man, it doesn't make a difference, man. It doesn't make a difference, and I've learned that firsthand, because I always thought it had to be me. I got to bring in the money. I got to bring in the money. But hey, for the last 3 or 4 months, wife had to take the lead and I had to fall back. And I've been at
right,
home being Mr. Belvedere. I've been making sure food is ready once you get home. Hey, just doing what I have to do to make
that's
things,
right, that's
keep
right.
going in the right perspective. So,
And
I'm
see, the
I'm I'm,
reason why
I'm
she
glad
do,
to have a helpmate. The Bible tells us, we're
yeah,
helpmates to each other. And that way,
that's right.
when one is lacking, the other one has the ability to help pull the other resource to help keep the relationship in the right standing. So, we're helpmates to each other. That way, when one is lacking, the other one keep on surviving. So it doesn't make a
And
difference, man. It
the
doesn't make
reason
a
why
difference.
she's doing what she's doing is because of you love her the same way. So when
That's
you
right.
got down to your down point, she didn't have no problem stepping in because you always loved her and you supported her.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
That was a
Yes,
good
sir.
thing. Yeah, Miss Woods, we
Yes.
want to ask you, Lady Tiger, want to ask you, what is your outlook
Give us your outlook.
on your outlook on it doesn't matter about who make the most money?
Does it really matter?
Well, to me, it doesn't matter, but sometimes it can cause conflict because the man can start feeling some type of way when the woman is primarily making more money than him. For instance, my last relationship, my ex-boyfriend, we both was working at the same job. So we both get money at the time. But then
Right.
He wound up losing a job, and I was still on the job, and he started feeling some kind of way because I was taking up the slack. And I was trying to show him, like, I got your back, this is what we're going through. I got your back until you, you know what I'm saying, get straight. But it seemed like it backfired against me more so than it was receptive. Like
Okay,
the
so
ego
that
got in the way. The ego got in the
right.
way and it caused problems and started being bitter and envy toward me. And that was actually the first time I ever had to take the slack for a man, though. So that was very the first time that I ever went through that, and I took it with a smile on my face because I felt like, okay, I'm holding my man down. We got this, but he started making me feel like I was the worst person in the world because he
Yeah,
felt like he wasn't leading. And I'm trying to tell him, like, it's not so much about the leading thing because you can be up today and be down tomorrow. You can be in a high position today and be demoted the same very day. So it doesn't make a difference to me. But like I said, some people egos get in a way to where it makes a difference to
that's right.
them.
And that's what
But to
Pastor was
me,
saying.
it
That's what
doesn't.
Pastor was actually saying about his situation. How Pastor, you were saying how you had to humble yourself.
Yeah.
A lot of people just don't know how to humble themselves and be thankful for the blessing that they have. You see, Pastor was stating that he had to humble himself and he recognized and appreciated the blessing that God had given unto him, a wife that is supportive to him in the time of his need. So we got
Right.
us as men, we got to get off that prideful horse, man. We be on the prideful horse, and we get to the point sometimes where we feel like that we can't cry or we can't be down, or we can't deal with situations. Hey, we human, we not robots.
I
True.
That's
agree.
true. That's true. I
I
mean,
totally
like,
agree.
there's if you want to talk about leading and stuff like that, even though, my thing is I can't let no man lead me if he ain't lead me to where I need to be going. I don't care how much money you're making. You can make all the money in the world, but if you're not leading your family the right and the correct way to where it can be stable the way it's supposed to be, then you can't lead me. Then I got a problem with that right there. But for as if who make the most money, I don't care who make the most money. As long as these doggone bills get paid, that's where I'm at with it.
That's right.
And let Lady Tiger want to say something just for a minute. So my whole thing is it's about balancing each other out. We all are one.
That's right.
Balance. Honestly, these days, the women, we are running things. But at the same time, it's about balancing, not making one person feel less than the other. It's about balance, us working together. And that's something that I could say that me and my husband do. We work together. And that way, it should not be a competition or because you're not making this much, I'm gonna make you feel this low, or because I'm not making what I need to make, he's gonna make me feel this low. Like Pastor
Right.
said earlier, he was always the go getter. Pastor Toops, he was holding down the home, making sure his family is taken care of, and his wife. And you know what she did? She sat back and she said, "You know what? This man been holding me down. He been making sure the house is good, the kids, the
Yeah.
bills." And he said, and she said, "You know what? It's my turn. I'm gonna show him that I'm just as grateful and humble for him, just like he showed me." And like you said, Miss Woods, no one should make you feel like you're doing something wrong because you decided to take, the lead.
That's right.
You
He,
know?
he should be
Now,
happy
well, wait a
because
minute.
see,
Now, I'm gonna be
yeah,
honest with you real quick though. When I was doing that, I expected to come home because I worked overnight. Now, if I gotta come home, cook and still cook you breakfast, clean up the house, and still get myself together, then it's gonna be problems.
hey,
And that's what it
that was
was
it.
with him. And I
Yeah,
felt like our biggest problem, that's why we argued a lot, because I'm like, man, even though you're not working, can I come home to a breakfast? Can I come home to a
right,
clean house or something? I'm not trying to treat you like no woman. But then
right.
again, it all depends on how the man is raised, how where his spirit at, where his heart is at, where his head is at, to be receptive to any of that without him saying, I ain't finna be, you ain't finna treat me like no bitch, like I'm the bitch up in this thing. That's what's his mind frame. But like Pastor, a grown man, a man of God, he received it different. And if we
Right,
have
right.
more men in the family like that, then I believe that it would work out better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More men connected to God. That's the most
Yeah,
important thing. More men connected to God, because you see the way you say he used to act. I used to act the
Yeah.
same way. And guess what? I was controlled by the flesh and not by the spirit. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
When you accept Jesus Christ and you get God into your life, and you started seeing things totally different, you change from that mindset and you change from those ways. You see what I'm
right.
saying? So he just you just pray for him, and even if y'all ain't together, if you have some sense of care about him, even if you don't, just pray for him. Ask God to help him with that. So if he move on to the next relationship, he'll be fixed and won't take that on to the next woman. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we have to do. We just have to just take the time out to pray for people that we know, and even people that we don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
pray
another
for him
thing
that he keep on going. Don't come back my way.
Hey,
That's what I'm
pray him
gonna
on
pray
out. You know what I'm
for.
saying? Hey, ain't nothing wrong with
Miss
that.
Wood, Miss Wood, I heard you
Yes,
say something
yes,
in the
Pastor.
conversation,
Yes,
and
Pastor.
you said that in his retrospect, maybe he wasn't brought up in that place, and a lot of time we don't know. And most men, as we know, we're built a way to be providers, and when you take that 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 perception away from us, we become defensive in that area. So, like you said, he didn't know. Maybe he didn't realize the good thing he had. Maybe he couldn't see, outside of where he thought he should be. And a lot of time it goes back again to where and how we were brought up in that fashion. And again, like as you just said, God had to be a part of your life. A humbling experience will cause you to look at things in a different perspective, and that's where we've been for in the last 2 years. I had two setbacks, and where I couldn't work for months at a time, and in that experience, FMLA, and when I say this, and I'm glad that I got FMLA, but it doesn't pay the bills. And we're like my salary now that and I don't mind sharing it with y'all because I want you to see how you can be at one place at one time and then you go all the way down.
That's right.
My salary was almost $1,500 a week. Now I'm living off of $425 a week. So that's a big step to lose for months and months at a time. And that when my wife stood, and I was like, man, she was willing to take the extra jobs. She was willing to help out in other areas where if and that's having separate accounts where mine might have been a little less. She had to put something in there. This is what a good woman does, like you were doing, and that's what
Yeah.
gives you and makes your relationship so much better. So when you do get back on top, and when things are going back in the right fashion, it only gets better for you. It makes your love better. It makes your relationship better. It makes you know, like you said, I got your back. So if anything comes on again, guess what? You don't have to worry about that. That means he's gonna be ready to go all the way in. But again, I pray
So,
that
Pastor, can
God
I ask you
sends
a
you somebody.
question?
Yes, ma'am.
So, can I ask you a question, Pastor?
You
So,
you, you
what?
can.
Like I said, that was my first time that I actually ever went through that because I'm usually dealing with men that really just be doing what they supposed to do, especially in the financial area, holding it down. But that was my first time ever just being able to help my man out without being spoiled. So I felt like I was doing the right thing. But when it was all and over with, I felt like it did something to me. It made me not want to do that again. And I'm trying to say, like, why did it make me feel so? I ain't gonna say bitter, but just like, like I don't like to deal with unappreciative people. And it
That's
did
another topic.
something to me,
Yeah.
literally.
Unappreciative
She
people.
Right.
said that's another topic.
It tore you
That's
down. It
another
tore you down.
Well,
It tore you
telling
down. It
you.
tore you down. And
People forget who
okay.
been there for them. I'm
Again,
telling you.
right. And I pray that it doesn't make you feel that way because of uh, his disbelief in what you were doing. When you stand up again, when you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart, don't worry about that. You've done it out of your will to survive in the relationship. And maybe, like I say, he wasn't the one for you. Maybe he wasn't the husband material that you were looking for. Maybe he's not the one that God has, put it that's waiting on you to make everything work, in God's plan. And so, don't feel that way. Don't let that hinder you from going on. When you did right, stand on right. Right. You
That's
can't go
right. That's
wrong
real.
doing right. You can't
And
go
that's
wrong
real.
doing right.
Can't go
Yeah.
wrong at all. And see, one thing about it, one thing that I had to learn, okay, from experiences that I don't have as far as relationships, right? I always had the right intentions, but I was choosing the wrong individuals, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times, God has showed me about that individual and had people to come to me and tell me about that individual before it even happened. But I considered lust to be love, so in love with this person, but it was actually lust, right? And then I turn around and I end up putting myself in a relationship over and over and over again. And the only thing I was doing was hurting myself. So I got to the point where that I was like, look, I'm not going to keep doing this anymore. God, I'm going to pull myself back, work on me, not worried about no woman. And I say, when you bless me with a woman, it's going to be the woman that I'm going to keep forever. And when I made my mind up and changed my way of thinking around and started thinking in that form and fashion, that's when my wife came 6 months later. You see what I'm saying? And it was the wife that I wanted, someone who was loving and compassionate and cared for people and respected people the same way that I was. He sent me somebody in my image, just like me, with my character and everything. So I'm living a blessed life, not just being real. I'm living a blessed life, and I'm thankful for my wife, and I'm thankful for having a wife like I have, right? But if I would have never took the opportunity to stop allowing the enemy to pull all these negative things and negative people in my life, I would have never knew what it was to be sitting here speaking to genuinely out of my heart, because I got tired of the devil kept slapping me around and taking my joy, and I wasn't happy and I didn't have no peace. And I'm walking and seeing other people enjoying their life and being married and being happy. And here I am, I'm bitter, I'm sad. My other half, every time I try to work hard trying to make the relationship better, she want to tear it down. She want to tear my spirit down, other man. You see what I'm saying? All those type of things. I got sick and tired of being in the same position and being sick and tired. But when I prayed to God and I gave it to God and I started doing it His way, that's when I started becoming being blessed. You know what I mean? So a lot of us, we just got to take time out to just pray and stay in the spirit and seek God first, and not just jump in relationships all based off of you think you love someone. You really genuinely got to know if you love a person or not, Yeah.
Can I?
I want to, I'm sorry, I want to piggyback on that. A lot of times in marriages and relationships, like I said, I'm new to the married game. We be married, we've been be 7 years, New
7 years
Year's
coming up.
Day, 7 years, New Year's Day.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Nene, it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scary. It's very scary. It's a full-time job.
And I had to grow them. The
Had to
same
grow.
issue
I
that you was
understand.
actually saying about the young man. I had issues. Don't think that I'm not perfect now.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things that I've grown to this point. But when we first got married, I did a lot of stuff that, kiddish stuff. And you know what? I really didn't mean it. But this here, and this is on the real. If I would have had a father in my life that would have been able to teach me how to be a man at a young age and love and respect women, I probably would have been way back in the day. You see what I'm saying? So that's why when he was saying that young man, that man that you be with, did he have a father to teach him how to be a man? And did his father have a father to teach his father how to be a man? So it becomes like a generational curse type deal, when you're dealing with things. So that's why I say you just pray for him and ask God to help him to mature him in his mind and within himself, accept the spirit within him. And then, he'll be okay, man. We're going to fall and we get up, we dust off and keep it moving. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. That's
Let,
all I
let,
can
I,
think
let me
about.
I rip. Mhm.
Yeah.
let me add this to what you just said. When I'm
Mhm.
doing weddings, and there's a segment in those vows.
Right.
and you know, in sickness and in health. And I've added some more parts in there, with money or without money. You know, when in trouble or out of trouble, you got to learn how to stick beside that person who you're making those vows with. And that's the most important aspect of life, no matter, because again, like you said, somebody just said a few minutes ago, one day you might be on top of the world, the next day you might be trying to, you know, come out the valley. You know what I'm saying? So that's where, you know, having a helpmate, again, I have to stress on this helpmate, because we're both each other helpmate. And then some people always say, well, the woman is the weaker vessel. You the man, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. When God speaks in those references, he gives us the ability as men, because we're built to take care of our woman in a certain capacity. But like I say, sometimes things happen. It's out of our control. And that gives us the ability to go back and say, all right, God, my weaker vessel, now she's the stronger vessel. You know, I'm the one that gotta, sit back and be submissive in that area. And it showed me that we can grow as men. It's a learning experience. Y'all got 7 years. I'm coming up on 33 years in marriage.
Hey,
I
congratulations,
married
man.
my high school
Congratulations.
sweetheart, you know. So, you know,
Yeah.
that's,
Oh, yeah.
it showed that we had to grow up together. We had to learn each other. And we still learning, figuring out the stuff about each other 35 years down the road. You know, that's just God, you know. But again, it's that capacity to work and continue to go forward with each other. So I stand on it, man.
That's a blessing, man.
I wanted
married
to
to
share
his high
something
school
really quick.
sweetheart.
I want to share something real quick. Okay, when we go back to, does it make a difference if a person making more money? Now, I want to add this to that part at least. If you are in that position to where you are the person that's not making as much money as your spouse, like Pastor was saying, he made sure like this and this and this was taken care of for her. You can always build that person up in other areas if it's not financially. You can be there more emotionally supportive, or like if they get off work and their feet hurt, rub their feet, show more that you're concerned about what they're doing. Show your appreciation, because even if you are both, what if you are both making the same amount of money, but this person, you're going to be making the same amount of money, but one person is not showing appreciation in the other fields of it? Because some people tend to think, well, if you're not doing this much in money, then you're not worth anything. Well, a person can give, the things that they can give is worth more than money, because that's what helps a person stand and be strong, and their encouragement and the praying and those type of things is priceless. Money can't outdo that right there, because that's what helps the person to keep going. So if you're making less money, well, at least take the initiative to show appreciation in other areas. Like for instance, you come off work, baby, how was your day? A woman can definitely appreciate that. That means a lot to me, because now you're showing me you're concerned about how my day went.
Right.
And now I don't mind getting in that kitchen cooking you something to eat, because you showed me, you was concerned about how I felt and how I'm feeling. And my bath water, well, baby, let me run your bath water for you. I know you're tired. You know what I'm saying? Those things means a lot to, even to a man like me. I'm the type of woman. If my man making a lot of money and I'm not working or whatever, he come home, I'm gonna run his bath water, I'm gonna give him a massage, make sure his food is cooked, and I'm gonna take care of all those areas for him to
You're
where
missing
he can
something,
see.
though. You're missing something. Out of all those you just said, we want silence too.
Well, I don't know if we gonna get that out of me.
But you are so right.
But
Money cannot buy you happiness. You can have all this money and you still not happy. You'll have somebody who ain't making this much money or don't have that much in account, and you got folks to figure out how they so happy, how they make it work. Because we don't let money don't define our love for each other. Yeah, it's good to
right.
have, it's fun to have, but it doesn't buy love. Money just does not make you happy. To me, it doesn't.
See, me and my wife, we happy as can be, and we only got 2 cans of Angus sausage in the house. And we happy as can be.
You make it do what it do. Like James said, we have some. James said, "You make it do what it do.
Make it do what it do.
Make it do what it
Hey,
do."
hey, Pastor. I'm gonna go down the road, Pastor. I want you to tell a little bit about, Shady Grove Baptist Church, and and you have another event that you get ready to come up to as well. I seen a post online.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let me give the address out. We're at 1147 Osborne Street in the great city of Atlanta, Georgia. We're an environmental church that grows through the power and the love of God, and we're just excited, man, to invite you and anybody else that want to come out and share with us and the good news about Jesus Christ. Again, as a matter of fact, my message this Sunday was straight without chaser, and I don't know if y'all know the thing about that. The
Yeah,
word of God got to be straight without chaser. You know what I'm saying? So we
there you
got to
go.
tell the truth. That way, we can get people to understand what the word is and how it applies in our life. And again, the event that we have coming up, the 28th of this month, we're going to be doing our fall festival. We're going to have a car show where they're going to be doing trunk or treats. We got two groups coming from the that has Corvettes. I think one is the Secret Desire, and the other is the Click. And they're going to be parking their cars out. These brand new vets, old vets. They're going to be handing out free candy to the kids. We're all going to have also screening. We're going to be giving away shots for COVID, flu shots, etc. We're going to be giving away free hot dogs and hamburgers, to the community. We just want to get people involved, from the community aspect, to try to get people to come out and see what God is doing in the house. It's time, that we do something different. So again,
Man, that's
everybody's
good.
welcome to come out. Yeah. Thank you.
You
Thank you for
always
giving me that
working in the
platform.
community. Always working in the community. You always have
Yes, sir.
been, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all go down there and check him out. Cause hey, one thing about it, I don't be vouching for no preachers and no churches, but him, I will vouch for. I know he 100. And if y'all go down there, you and your families, y'all will love him. Y'all love the first lady. You're gonna be around people who gonna be genuine, who sincere and really care for you. They ain't gonna care nothing about your tithe and your offerings. They gonna care about you as an
Your
individual. So y'all
soul.
get an
We're looking out for
opportunity.
your soul. That's right.
They're real. And Miss Wood, there she go.
Yes.
Oh, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Your music.
Your music. You're writing songs. You're acting. You're doing all these things. Tell us about you.
Okay. Well, I've been in the business for 27 years. And
Okay.
let me give you a little bit of background about that. I started out opening up for Trina, Gerald Levert. I went to Hawaii, opened up for Ronald Isley. I opened up for Monique Parker, Ray J. A lot of the artists. I ain't gonna just name everybody, but those are some of the few. And I went on from that, entering into radio in Detroit, Michigan. I worked on TV, interviewing like city council people, performing at their events, and breaking artist music and videos. And from there, I started putting my own tours together and charging an artist to come and open up for me and stuff like that. And then, I just been like traveling, doing music and stuff like that. I do comedy. I have a talk show called Raw Feelings where we keep it raw on that thing. We keep it raw, and
Okay, we got to
which
come
is
on that
doing.
show.
Yeah, I would love to have y'all on that show. I would love to. Plus, I
Yeah.
got a
We'll
couple
be on
show. It's
there.
like a game. I need a couple to come on there. It's like a game couple show that I want to do. So I need my couples on there. So
Okay.
I got that going on. I got two songs on the radio on the Southern Soul side out in Mississippi and Alabama called Cougar Pop and Love Dance. And then on the hip hop side, I just dropped a
Amen.
song worldwide called Left, Right, Left. We can't get into that one because Pastor right there. But
Man, you stay busy, don't you? That's good.
They take all
And where can
songs now and
everybody
make them
find your
gospel
music?
now, so they'll make all
Right.
songs gospel now.
Right.
So
Where can we
where
find
can we
you?
find your
Let
music?
them know where they can find you.
you can look up Nene Lioness, and you will find two of my albums under Nene Lioness on all social media platforms. And then Big Nene Lioness just dropped some new stuff, which is under Big Nene Lioness instead of Nene Lioness. So Nene Lioness
Okay.
got two albums that's out there, and Big Nene just dropped like three songs out recently. So and then let me mention this. November the 11th, I will be in Charlotte, North Carolina. They have the Queen City Awards. I guess like Anthony Hamilton and all of them going to be there, so I will be there, and then I will be doing the black carpet interviews and performing at the Mississippi Southern Meridian Award Show in Meridian, Mississippi. I will be doing the black carpet interviews, and I will be performing. So, with that being said, I'm
That's good.
just
Yeah.
working it.
Definitely keep us
You keep
posted.
us posted, and you give us, send us your information. We'll share it on the page and everything.
Mhm.
But hey, we wanted to greatly appreciate you, Pastor Toots, and you, Nene, for coming in the show, coming on our show, man. We greatly
Yes.
appreciate it. We
Want to come
appreciate the
back.
vibe, and we're gonna definitely have y'all to come back
Don't
to
be
the
a
show.
stranger. Don't be a stranger.
Always, always. It's a beautiful platform. Thank you all for having us. And again,
No
there's
problem at all.
anything that
It
we
was a
can do for
pleasure.
you from Shady Grove to you all, I'm indebted. I love you all. That's
All right, we love you
100%.
too. We love you too. And
Nice
hey,
meeting
we
you
want to
guys
thank
too.
each and every one. Take care.
You
God
too, Miss
bless.
Mimi. I'm looking you up now. I'm gonna have to get your information. I have to bring
Yeah,
you by
we'll
the church
definitely
so
do
you can
that.
do something for us. You know that? That's right.
Now, listen, Pastor. Now, I do gospel.
Hey.
This is
All right, thank y'all for tuning in, and y'all take care. And we're gonna continue to go backstage doing our thing. We really do appreciate y'all support, man. God bless y'all. Keep y'all head up, and we love y'all. Peace.